Um, yeah, hello guys. Good evening to you all, and how are you all doing? Well, we're live. We're live, guys, and I just want to do a very quick show. We are going to be talking about the Real Madrid transfers rumor for Madrid. We're going to be looking at those transfers, looking at the ones that there's a possibility of it happening and the ones whereby it's just total nonsense because there have been a lot of them. I've seen so many, but we have linked to players, of which on a good day you will say Madrid can get any player, and that's something we all know. Real Madrid is a top club, and it's a club every player want to play for, no doubt. Every player wants to play for Real Madrid, no doubt. But sometimes there are some deals. When you see some deals, you know there's a possibility of this deal happening. And some deals, when you look at it, you just have to just call it out. You know, it's bullshit. And sometimes that is what it is. So we are going to be discussing about some of these rumor that have been going through on the internet, being released by different article from different journalists. So now, the first one we are going to be looking into will be the first one I'm going to be looking into is this Alfonso Davies. Now, this is coming from Real Madrid news from a journalist called Anas Ali. So, this is what he has said. He has said Alfonso Davies, along with Trent Alexander-Arnold, has been one of Real Madrid top's target for months, particularly as the club navigates through ongoing injury crisis in their defensive units. No doubt, we know that. Then he said the Canadian left back, currently with Bayern Munich, represent a strategic signing that could significantly booster Real Madrid backline. It's something we know, it's not new. Now, it says with January approaching, Davies will be free to sign a pre-contract with any clubs, and Real Madrid have been actively engaging with his entourage to secure his service. Now, it says, despite various twists and turns, including false resignation and public statement, Real Madrid remain optimistic about convincing Davies to join the ranks at the Bernabéu. And that report is coming from Marca. Let's see how that ends up. Then it says Real Madrid approach has been to ask Davies to emulate Kylian Mbappe move, arriving without any commitment when his contract will expire at Bayern Munich. Florentino Perez is going at it again. Now, I don't understand what is this with Florentino Perez with signing players for free. I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. Then the article continues to say the club believes that Davies is a key piece Bayern Munich is using in a game of psychological pressure, but Real Madrid is not backing down. They have maintained discussion and hopeful for a gesture that could clarify Alfonso Davies' intention soon. In the meantime, Real Madrid tactical decision on the pitch, like starting Eduardo Camavinga over Ferland Mendy and Fangasia, have signaled a lack of full trust in their current left-back option under Carlo Ancelotti. This move underscores the urgency and desire for Davies, who could potentially become a new Real Madrid player from July. While other clubs like Manchester United and Barcelona showed interest, their pursuits have fizzled out due to various constraints, leaving Real Madrid in prime position. As per reports, this week, the first week of January will be crucial in the high-stake game with Real Madrid, waiting to see if their patience and strategy will pay off in securing one of the world, one of the world premier left back. Now, one thing I will say is this, man. On this Alphonso Davies deal, man. Honestly, I believe he's going to be. I don't see him joining any other team, man. Honestly, because one thing you will need to know is that we have been on this guy's case for how long? I honestly believe Alphonso Davies is going to join Madrid when it's right. You know, I don't want to be beating around the bush here and there, but I'm saying it. I'm telling you, I'm sure of it. I don't see any team coming to, you know, chase this deal with Madrid. I don't think there's even a club out there that can, convince a player like Alphonso Davies to choose them over over Madrid, because we have seen Manchester United. There've been talks of Manchester United initially, but I don't think they can afford him, man, because he would want a big wage. Because if his contract expires, he's living for free. He's a free agent. He can do his thing by himself. He can negotiate his deal. And I don't think Real Madrid, Man U, will be looking or will be able to afford the amount of money he might want. And that's a fact. So for me, I think the only reason Madrid might not get Alphonso Davies is if Alphonso Davies decides to stay back at the club. But for me, I think this is a deal that has been done already, honestly. Except Bayern Munich are able to convince him to stay back. And that is where I would say, okay, yeah, maybe, just maybe, he might end up staying at Bayern Munich. Because for me, I honestly believe the only threat I think it will be is if Bayern Munich decide to change their mind that they do not want to sell the player anymore, don't want to keep him. That is the only way I see it. I see this deal not happening. But if it's all about club out there, to battle it out with Madrid, I don't see it happening, guys. And it's something we know. Madrid are a top side. We are the biggest club in the world, biggest club in the history of football. So I don't think there's any club out there that will be able to, go head to head with us on transfers. Yeah, I know people were going on about what's his name, Lenny Euro, saying Madrid, they beat Madrid to sign in Lenny Euro. But yet again, you ask the question: how much did they pay to Lenny Euro, and how much Madrid wanted to pay for him? So, say what you want to say. I don't think there's a club out there that can go head to head with Madrid when it comes to signing a player, because we are the top guns. We are the club everybody want to come to, Now, moving on from Alphonso Davies, I also want to talk about Micky van der Ven. And this is a transfer you call bullshit, honestly. It's coming from the EPL Index, and the article have actually been written by a journalist called Tyrone Johnson. I don't know how strong this source is, but this is what he has said. He says Real Madrid hiring shock move to sign Tottenham Hotspur star. Now let's get into the article together, guys. And it says here, Real Madrid's strategy in the transfer market has predominantly focused on bolstering their attacking options, as evidenced by their acquisition of Kylian Mbappe and Hendrick. However, a significant gap remains in their defense line, particularly with players like Eder Militao, David Alaba, sidelined due to injuries. The absence of new signings in the defense realm, particularly after missing out on Manchester United Lenny Euro, has led to an underwhelming defensive performance this season. The team has conceded 29 goals in 26 matches, which means we are actually considering 1 goal or an half every match we play. So it says highlighting a clear area for improvement. According to a recent report by Team Talk, Real Madrid is now shifting its focus to strengthening its backline. The Spanish giants have reportedly shortlisted Tottenham Hotspur Micky van der Ven as a potential January transfer target. The Dutch international who joined Spurs in 2023 from Wolfsburg has quickly become a pivotal figure in Ange Postecoglou's defense setup, known for his impressive speed and solid defensive skills. Now, what I will say about this Micky van der Ven article here, this is what you call bullshit, guys. Honestly, because for me, I've watched Micky van der Ven. Sometimes there are deals you want to do. Those deals are deals you do on the summer, not a deal you do in January. And if you're going to do it in January, you will have to pay more. We have seen it with deals with like Enzo Fernandez when they went to Chelsea. How much did Chelsea pay for that for Enzo Fernandez? 110 million. So maybe if you have gotten to the summer, it might not get to that much. But because they went for him in January, it was expensive. And this sort of a deal here, I don't see it happening. This deal of Micky van der Ven in January, I don't see it happening. But like the article says, continue the article, it says, despite interest from one of the Euro elite club, Tottenham maintain a firm stance on keeping their players. Van der Ven, who is under contract until 2029, and he has been integral to Tottenham's plan. He has, however, faced challenges this season, missing 9 league games due to injuries, which has impacted the team performance adversely. Now, this is another area I have a problem with. This is another area I have a massive problem, because at this point in time, already in my team, we have a lot of injury going on. And one thing I don't want us to do is go in and bring a player like Micky van der Ven, whereby he is also not available. So we'll have the lack of David Alaba on the bench, on injury list. You will have Eden Militao on the injuries. Then now you're about having somebody like Micky van der Ven, whereby you're not really sure if how his injury records are. If he's a player that gets injured on and on, or it just, because when you look at, he just came back from injury and the next thing is back. He has gone back. Yes, you could say the manager should be blamed for it, for rushing him back into the game. But yet again, you also not blame the manager, because the manager, there is massive pressure on the manager. So the manager is trying to do whatever he can do to win games. And I can understand why he has actually rushed him and Christian Romero back. But in hindsight, if you're going to ask me, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, man, I don't think this is a transfer that can be done in January. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he cannot come to Real Madrid. He can come. There's no player that cannot come to Real Madrid. Just that I don't believe or think he can actually come to Madrid in January. Because if there's one thing I know about Dani Levy, that guy is one motherfucker that is out to do deal with. To do deal with that guy is always difficult. So I don't think he will leave in January. At the summer, yes. But in January, I don't think so. So I don't want to beat around the bush, because I know for a fact that, guys, man, they are fighting for top 4 as well. They are fighting for top 4 or should I say top 6? But then you tell me those same team will let one of their important player go in January. I don't think so. Because the amount of game Tottenham have actually lost ever since the day he has not been available, it's a lot. They've dropped points, they've looked horrendous. So I honestly believe this is the kind of deal you do at the summer, not in January. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So say whatever I want to say, I'll tell you what it's all about. Now, I saw Madrid was also linked to this guy from Bournemouth. There's this kid that plays for Bournemouth, Huijsen. He's 19 years old, and Madrid have actually been linked to him. For what reason, I don't know. I only watched him play one game, and in that match I watched, it was actually decent. It was good. But do I see it happening? Because we've got guys also on the bench that can do a job like this kid. For me, I honestly believe the likes of Asensio, I've seen enough of him, and I can tell you, he's a good player. He's a good player, and I'll say, yeah, if the manager trusts him, give him more game time, I think he's going to be a top player. But that also relies on what was it called? Relies on Ancelotti, if he's going to give this kid game time, because I don't understand. But what he says here from the article, he says here, Real Madrid have reportedly identified Bournemouth Dean Huijsen as a potential centre-back target. The 19-year-old struggled for starting opportunities in the opening few months of his career after arriving from Juventus in the summer for an initial fee of 12.6 million. Now, Iraola preferred to use Marcos Senesi and Zambani as his first choice centre-back, leaving Huijsen to settle for just 2 starts in the first 13 matches of the Premier League season. However, an injury to Senesi has allowed Huijsen to showcase his potential as a starter in each of Bournemouth's last 5 matches. The Spaniard under-21 internationals has helped the Cherries keep 3 clean sheets in the 5-game period, while he has also contributed to the attacking effort with goals against Tottenham Hotspur and goals against Manchester United. Huijsen's recent impressive display has already generated speculation that the defender could leave the Vitality Stadium in upcoming transfer windows. According to AS, Europa champions Real Madrid are considering Huijsen as a potential target as they look to boost Carlo Ancelotti's defensive options. Now, what I will say here is this, man, with this kid. I've watched him play. I think he's good enough. But I will tell you the same thing I said about Asensio. I think it's in the same bracket as Asensio, honestly, because I believe if Asensio is to leave Madrid today to go and play in another side, he would do extremely well. Because I watched the kid against Osasuna. What he did in that game was incredible. Coming on for Eden Militao, it was exceptional. Just that, for some weird reason, Carlo Ancelotti have decided not to trust him. So if players like this, Huijsen is going to come into Real Madrid, then I don't think the manager will want to have is Carlo Ancelotti, because he would not get game time. He does not have that thing of trusting players to give them that opportunity to play, showcase what they have. Because for me, I don't understand the reason why he's benching Asensio. I honestly, Raul Asensio, I don't know why he's benching Raul Asensio, because the guy is a baller, and you could say he's a region of Rafael Varane. He's a good player. All he needs is give him that trust. And every game he played, when there was no option to play as a centre back, every game he played really well. Like, Every game I watched him play, he dropped a 7, 8 out of 10 performances. And I don't think there's any goal we conceded that you could say, yes, it was his fault. So for me, I honestly really do not understand why Carlo Ancelotti, I've not really trust him. Right now, you have Chomeni playing as a center back. And that is something I don't want to see as well. Because these guys as well, they lost sometimes that defensive awareness. They don't have it. They don't have it. So for me, this is what you call just throw it in the bin. Honestly. Throw it in the bin. This is just every player trying to just use Madrid every agent now trying to use Madrid as a, to get their players into making signings. That's what I would say, yeah. And that's the fact of me, man. That's the fact of me, honestly. Another person I want to talk about right now is Sergio Ramos. Because Sergio Ramos is still dreaming to play for Real Madrid. And this is reported by Go.com. It says Sergio Ramos still dreaming of Real Madrid return as Spain legend not convinced by the MLS offer. Now, getting into the article itself, it says Sergio Ramos is reportedly still dreaming of a Real Madrid return amid the club defensive injury crisis. Now, it says Ramos left Sevilla last summer, snubbed offers from MLS and more, dreaming of Real Madrid return. What happened? According to AS Dario, the free agents want a Madrid return in light of long-term injuries to defenders Eder Militao, David Alaba, Dani Carvajal. But the reporter states that is unlikely to happen for the centre back. Ramos has been without a club since leaving Sevilla at the end of last season, despite reportedly receiving offers from clubs, teams in Turkey, Saudi Arabia, San Diego in major league soccer, and Boca Juniors. The 38-year-old remains a free agent. The report adds that there has been a lack of conviction in the offers that have come for his way to date, but his requirements will be lower in January as he doesn't want to be out of action for long. Now, coming to Sergio Ramos, man, I will tell you guys, I honestly believe if you go to Carlo Ancelotti right now and you ask him, would you take Ramos for 6 months? I believe he will say yes. And if you ask me, would I take him for 6 months? I will say yes. I will say yes. I will tell you 1 year even. Because I watched him play for PSG. I watched him play for Sevilla. He still have it in him. Like for me, I don't think he looks like a 36, 38 years old. How old is he again? Let me just check real quick. I think it's 38, yeah. It doesn't look like a 38 years old. So for me, I would say, I believe if you ask Carlo today, he will tell you, yes, do a deal for him. He will take him. But I don't know why. The relationship between him and Florentino Perez is not really a good one. But just is that guy, man, sometimes he acts as if he smokes this cheap crack, honestly. Because the decision making he makes sometimes is just crazy, man. For me, I would say bring Sergio Ramos to the club 6 months. Give him a 6 month contract. This guy here I'm sure he's willing to play for free for Madrid. He's willing and ready to play for Madrid for free. He loves the club. Bring him. It's a no-brainer, man. Bring him to the team. And if you don't know, Sergio Ramos played 16 years at Real Madrid. He scored a remarkable 101 goals. We are talking about a defender here, guys. He scored a remarkable 101 goals in 671 appearances. And he has 180 caps for Spain and scored an astonishing 22 trophies with Los Blancos. So for me, I really don't understand why Perez is not doing this deal, because I think it's a low break now. You can just bring him in for 6 months, man. But the question is what next for this guy, man? Because one thing is this, man. Ramos turns 39 next year. And while he continues to train to the high intensity, I think he would want to play in a team for the second half of the season. He will want to be playing somewhere. But for me, I think this is a deal that we can actually go in and do. Go in and do. So for me, I don't really understand what this guy is doing, man. I just don't understand what he's doing. I don't know. You know, I don't know. So let's talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold, because he's the latest one. He has actually made a decision on what he wants to do. You know, he has made a decision on where he wants to go, and he has said to Liverpool he wants to come to Madrid. But will it happen in January is something I don't know. But what I think they can do is they can, sign a pre-contract in January. They can sign a pre-contract in January. So, and I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And these days, you have an agent in Jude Bellingham, because they were spotted, at a night out, leading with Trent Alexander-Arnold. So maybe it's also giving him that code to say, bro, come to Madrid, man. Come to come to Los Blancos. You're going to enjoy your time there, Now, but this is coming from Daily Mail as well. And it says here, Real Madrid are convinced that Trent Alexander-Arnold will join them for free at the end of the season. And I've already planned for his arrival ahead of January transfer window. That's very nice. That's very nice. Then it says here, Real Madrid are growing increasingly convinced they can win the race to capture the price signature of Trent Alexander-Arnold and hope he will join them on a free transfer next summer. There has been persistent speculation about Arnold's future for much of the season, and Liverpool right back has made it clear that he will not add to the rumor by giving a running commentary on the situation. But Real Madrid, the 15 European Champions League, have been waiting in the wings since he entered the final 12 months of his contract. Sports Mail understand they are starting to plan for life with the England international. It felt that Marca, the newspaper most close associated with Real Madrid, ran a front page on Saturday morning declaring Alexander-Arnold wants to sign for Madrid. Source close to the Liverpool insists no agreement has been reached, and it is understood that the player's only contact over his future to this date have been with Liverpool. Those in the Spain capital are adamant Trent wants a new challenge under Carlo Ancelotti. It has been a highly pressurized situation for Liverpool, who are potentially going to lose an 80 million asset for nothing. But that's what we'll do, guys. That's what we'll do. It's not nice, but it's not our fault. Every player wants to play for me, so we might take advantage, though. Now, moving on, it says the only way they will be able to get a fee for Arnold is by selling him in the forthcoming transfer window, which is in January. If Liverpool knows they want to cash out on Trent Alexander-Arnold, they have to make sure they sign him or sell him to Madrid in January. That's the only way. But if they're going to wait to the end of the summer, then it's going to come for free. For free, guys. For free, like Mbappe as well. So it says, but the prospects of that happening are almost non-existent. Real do those see the prolonged contract talks as a chance to get him for free. Liverpool will continue to try to tie their vice captain to a new deal and until a pre-contract agreement with another club is signed, which is not a definite, they will still try to do so. Trent Alexander-Arnold has certainly not given Real Madrid his word and remains focused on this season with the club of his heart. But all the noise from Spain is that the club are growing in belief they can tempt him to join ship if he decides to leave Liverpool. Now, the Premier League leaders also have the unsolved contract dilemma of Captain Virgil van Dijk and starman Mo Salah, and the Reds are working relentlessly to get a new deal over the line, with constant discussion ongoing between the clubs and relevant parties in both situations. Arnold, good mate, Jude Bellingham plays for Madrid, and the English midfielders recently said when Real Madrid come knocking, it shakes the whole house. Another power Conagalaga is settled in Spain, capital, with La Liga's leaders, Atletico Madrid. One thing I will say here is about this Trent is just the situation right now at Liverpool. It's actually a disgrace by they've not given the likes of Mo Salah a new contract. It's a disgrace. Like with what that guy is doing, playing, and why are they slowing down from giving him a new contract? Not just him, Trent, and also, what's his name? Mo Salah. Because in January, these guys can easily talk to anybody. They can talk to any club they want because their contract is expiring in July. So from now, they've got the right. They've got the right now to go out in January in 3 days' time to talk to any team. You know, they can. They can talk to any team in January. So, and that will be whose fault? Because if you are going to lose a player, already, for one, I said they messed up when they did not sell Mo Salah to Al Ittihad for £220 million. That was a very, very stupid mistake they made. Because I will say it, they will never get that same offer for Mo Salah anymore. They won't. Like Al Ittihad were there, they were ready to splash out such amounts of money. 220 million. And instead of them jumping into the deal, they decide that no, we're not going to sell him. Because they had the opportunity, they might have as well sold Mo Salah, go use the money to go and get Kylian Mbappe. But they did not. They did not. So for me, that was a wrong move. Right now, they are struggling to give him a new contract. They are struggling to give him a new contract. You know, they are struggling to give him a new contract. Because the kind of money he would have earned if he had gone to, what was it called? Al Ittihad. Liverpool can't pay that. They can't. And for me, I think when you're talking about him earning 200 or 300, he would want more because he does more. And for myself, I understand. If he wants more money, I would say yes, he deserves it because what he does for the team, no player does it. And that's the fact. You know, no player does it. Now, there's been an article also talking about, what's his name, Vinicius Jr., you know, is also on the news. And it says here, former Real Madrid scout Manolo Romero has suggested that if a club from Saudi Arabia were to offer 300 million euros for Vinicius Jr., he believes Florentino Perez would not hesitate to sell the star. But this is nonsense for me because I think in the summer, the years past, they offered to sign him for 400 million, and Madrid did not sell him. They did not. Madrid said they wanted 1 billion. But the question is this, man. Looking at what the team is going through so far, whereby you have the likes of Kylian Mbappe in the team, and we have seen we've been struggling with him on the team. Yes, they are trying to settle down, but we have been struggling. Is there a world whereby if that sort of money comes again for Vinicius Junior, do you think Perez will still be able to say no? Because I think for himself, like I said, I've been saying, I say for the likes of Kylian Mbappe to work at Madrid, there have to be a situation whereby Vinicius Junior have to leave. Like, it's not even Rodrigo that needs to leave, because Rodrigo is versatile. He can play from the right. Despite I know he's a left winger, but he can play at the right, he can play in the middle as well. So it will not affect him more. Yes, even Vinicius Junior can play at the right wing and also as a center forward. But the team already is built around him. He owns the team. Vini owns Real Madrid. So if Mbappe is going to succeed at Madrid, then it would mean that Vinicius Junior will leave. And that's a fact. Because you could say, yo, no, it will be Rodrigo. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think it's Rodrigo, because Rodrigo already can play on the right wing and is doing a good job for himself. He can. So if there's a stage, it comes to that amount, I won't be surprised if Florentino Perez takes the money. Because, like this article says here, it says Romero firmly believe that offer exceeding 300 million euros would be enough to convince Perez to part ways with Vinicius Junior. He expressed confidence that the club president would even personally drive the player to the airport if such an offer were made. Now, he says, I was convinced that he would leave if they come with more than 300 million. I am convinced that Florentino Perez will sell him, that it takes him to the airport. Like I said to you, I believe he will do it. But I also believe 300 million euros is not enough. It's not enough. You understand? It's not enough. So it has to be more than. Now, it says why 300 million euros is a substantial amount. Romero pointed out that Perez's focus seems to be on securing Kylian Mbappe, a player he has been chasing for the past 7 years. The thing is, 300 million euros is a lot of money. I think Florentino Perez, darling, is going to be Mbappe. He has been behind him for 7 years. And this is why I said exactly. And I'll be saying that we are where we are right now because of the obsession and the ego. I don't even think it's ego, it's his obsession. It is obsession that has kept us here of wanting Kylian Mbappe in the team. It is. So for me, I also believe if an offer of more than 300 million pounds becomes available, I honestly believe he will take it. Honestly believe he will take it. Honestly. But I guess we will have to wait and see what end up happening on that one. Now, there've also been an article that says Vinicius Junior has made a demand that he wants the same amount of money that Kylian Mbappe earns at Real Madrid. He wants the same amount, or he wants something close to it. You see, another reason why Perez might ship him out as well. That is another reason why Perez might ship him out, because of his demands. Because we saw the same exact thing with what's his name? With Ronaldo. We saw it. So this demand is demanded right now because currently I think it's on 343. I think it's on 343 a week. So I honestly, I'm not even sure of how much those Mbappe earns at the moment. But I just know that he has those bonus signing and what on that deal as well. And I know he made a lot of money. But this can also be a reason why Florentino Perez will be open to let him go. This exactly reason might be the reason why we're like, nah, guys, let him go. He can go. We've got Mbappe. We have like Mbappe. We've got Rodrigo, and he can also take the part of money to go and get Erling Haaland from Man City. Because Stephanie asked me a question today, and that was a very, very. She put me in a tight space. You know, she asked me if I believe Haaland will play for Madrid, and I replied, I said, for Haaland to play for Madrid, Vinicius Junior needs to go, and that's a fact. He needs to go. Now let's get into the article, and it says here Vinicius Junior will demand to be paid a similar sum to his teammate Kylian Mbappe in the next round of talks of contract with Real Madrid. A report has revealed the Brazilian signed a new contract in October 2023, which have just 2 years to run at the end of the current season, which Real Madrid already planning to open talks over an extension during the summer. As noted by AS, Vinicius Junior would be more than happy to sign an extension, but Madrid will have to make a significant financial investment in his services to get a deal done. That's crazy, man. When Vinicius signed his last contract, he accepted a salary lower than the club top earner, but he will demand parity with Mbappe when talks are held this time around. Confident that his importance to the team is at least equal to the French man. Now, what I will say is this, man. His quality is not just important to Madrid as Kylian Mbappe. His quality is more than important to Madrid than Mbappe. It is. Because, and I'll tell you guys, if Vinicius Junior becomes available in transfer market, guys, man, every club out in the world will go for him. The only club that will not go for him will be a club that will not be able to afford him. But I will say it here and now, PSG, Bayern Munich, Man City, PSG, Bayern Munich, Man City, they will want to do the deal. Even Chelsea will want to do the deal. Even Manchester United as well, they will look to do the deal. But the problem is that Vinicius Junior is not a player I think will go for cheap. It's not. That's a fact. It's not. So I believe he is more important to Madrid than Mbappe. But I believe Florentino Perez will also still be like, Vini, you can go. I can deal with this team. Now, it says that the main complication will be the interest from Saudi Arabia, who have long seen Vinicius as a potential blockbustering signing. Al Hilal were keen on signing the winger during the summer. They were keen to sign him in the summer for, I think it was over 300 million, and they wanted to pay him. They wanted to pay him 400 million, his salary. They wanted to, but Real Madrid said, if you want Vinicius Junior, all you have to do, you have to pay the release clause in full, which is 1 billion. You know, which is why I said, don't forget what I said. I said, if Perez is to get a club that would say, yeah, right now, a club from Saudi Arabia that says, guys, we are going to give you guys 500 million or 600 million, Perez will do the deal. Perez will just, I'm sure of it, Perez will drive him himself. Not even just drive him to the airport, he will drive him to Saudi Arabia himself. You know. But now I don't know how this is gonna be like, if it's gonna be a trouble, but because the contract, how Mbappe was signed is different. Mbappe was a free signing. It was. So even though he gets paid more, there's a reason to that. But I guess I'll just have to just wait to see how this pounds out. You know, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this £1 out. Whatever happens, you guys will know. We'll give you guys the latest on here. So moving on, let me just see what I want to talk about. If there's something I'm not touched as yet. Let me see real quickly. Now, Inter Milan hope to sign Argentina starlet from Real Madrid in an Alvaro Morata style of deal. I don't know. Nico Paz. Nico Paz is a kid from Madrid that is on loan at Como. He's playing for Como, coached by Cesc Fabregas. Now, Inter Milan, they want to sign him, and they want to do the deal like Alvaro Morata deal. Now, it says here, according to Milan-based paper, there is no doubt that Paz is a target for Inter. The Argentina has shown over the first season at Como and has exactly the kind of profile the Nazuri are seeking. Just 20 years of age, Nico Paz has scored 2 goals and made 3 goals from midfield in Serie A. Then it says Inter view the 20-year-old as capable of playing either as a forward or as a central midfielder. The trickiest part of the deal, the trickiest part of signing Paz for Inter could be the fact that Real Madrid have a buyback clause on the Argentina. I don't think Real Madrid. I don't think we do those stuff, man. Honestly, I honestly believe if Madrid don't, what we'll do is like I don't think we are going to get him back, because it is one thing I know about Madrid. Look at Kubo. Kubo is doing really well. He's doing extremely well at what's it called? Real Sociedad. But we didn't go back for him. Martin Odegaard was on loan at what is it called? At Arsenal. We didn't go back for him. Dani Ceballos came back. If there is plan, if Madrid have plans for you, I don't think you leave. You leave and you come back. But if they don't get plans for you, they sell you. You know, and that is perfect. You sold him. So I for one don't really think Nico Paz is a player that Real Madrid rates or think is good enough to take Madrid where we want to be in the future. So that's what I would say. Because I believe the way we run our transfer, we do stuff fast. We do stuff fast. So if it's a player whereby Real Madrid actually rates him, come on, we would have done the deal. Now, I'm seeing a bullshit transfer here where it says Real Madrid eyeing McAllister, Alexis McAllister. Liverpool demands 100 million euros. I don't know where this is coming from. Now it says here, according to reports by Spanish outlet Fichajes, Real Madrid are keen on securing the signature of Alexis McAllister, and they will demand 100 million for his services. The 26-year-old has been a key player from Liverpool since joining the club, and he has established himself as one of the first name on the team sheet. This is what you call crap. Bullshit. It's bullshit, man. Last time it was Dominic Szoboszlai that was being linked to Real Madrid. Now it's McAllister. This is bullshit, man. It's not happening. It's not. And for that price, never, ever, it's not happening. And the only way I will see this happening is if Aurelio Tchouameni was to be included in the deal because we know for a fact that Tchouameni have been a player. What's it called? Liverpool wanted. Except that is going to happen, then maybe, just maybe. But I can tell you, man, I don't think McAllister is. I don't think he can do. I have not seen he's not a good player. I don't think Perez will sign him for that amount. I'm sorry. As it is right now, Dennis Ceballos is on another level. He's playing really, really well, man. Dennis Ceballos is doing a job for me this season. So I don't think we've got 100 million we want to go and spend on one player. Now, another deal that is bullshit for me is this Dani Olmo's deal. Dani Olmo. Yes, we all know Dani Olmo will become a free agent in as soon as it's 1st of January because Barca have tried to, played to register him back and they've denied it, So that's the fact. Now, Dani Olmo will become available on the transfer market. You have Man U, you have Arsenal, you've got Man City, you've got what's club again? Bayern Munich. These are top side looking to sign him in January when he becomes available. But they've been article that came outside saying Real Madrid are also looking into signing Dani Olmo. Do I think it will happen? Because how do you go from a club like Barcelona that signed you for 60 million and they've lost you for free, and the best place you can actually go and play is the rival, Madrid? But let us go on with the article. It says here, Real Madrid have been encouraged to take advantage of the situation within Barcelona's squad and sign one of their summer signing, Dani Olmo. According to a column by Marca journalist Jesus Sanchez, Real Madrid president Florentino Perez should capitalize on Dani Olmo's uncertain situation at Barcelona and bring it to the Spanish capital. Then it says Olmo, a member of Spain Euro 2024 winning squad, rejoined Barcelona in the summer for 57 million from RB Leipzig and has impressed with 6 goals in 15 games across all competition. However, Dani Olmo's registration at Barcelona is currently in limbo due to the club breach of La Liga's annual spending cap. Olmo was granted a temporary registration until the end of the calendar year. Barcelona took La Liga to court. A court has rejected Barcelona request to extend registration, leaving him facing the prospect of sitting out the second half of the campaign. The situation has raised speculation that Dani Olmo could leave Liverpool for free if his registration is not processed. Now, this was a stupid deal Barcelona did. Because why I say it's a stupid deal is because they also included a clause in his contract that actually allows him to go for free if they fail to register him permanently. And it's mad. Like, how do you sign such contracts? How? It's on his contract that you will be allowed to leave for free should in case we are unable to register you. You will be allowed to leave for free. And that's crazy. It's insane. I don't know who came up with that sort of a deal. Well, what I will say is that now is the time I really want to know if Laporte is a mafian for real, like I call him. Now it says that Deportivo Mundo previously reported that this could be a possibility, and now Marca is urging Real Madrid to take the advantage of the situation and sign Olmo. While it remains to be seen if Real Madrid will make a move for Olmo, such a transfer would be stunning and controversial coup for the club. The rivalry between Real Madrid and Barcelona is one of the fiercest in football, and poaching one of Barcelona key players would be a major blow to their Ike rival. Now, what I will say is this, man. initially, on a good day, this will not be something whereby they fight about because um, Barca and Madrid used to have that good relationship. We've had players like Figo played for both sides. We've had the likes of what's his name, Delima Ronaldo played for both sides. You know, so but the rivalry between Messi and Ronaldo actually, brought about that rivalry whereby I don't think players from Madrid will go to Barca or players from Barca will come to Madrid, you know. But with this situation, it's very, very different. It's different. Now, Barca are close to activating a plan B, which is Barca are edging closer to resolving the registration woes surrounding Dani Olmo with an advanced negotiation on the way to activate a financial lever that will enable the club to register the midfielder. Yeah, that is the only option they've got. They have to bring out lever as well. And this is affecting the club on the long run. Now, it says Olmo, who joined Barcelona from RB Leipzig in the summer, is facing a registration challenge due to the club financial struggles. Initially, he was temporarily registered with La Liga linked to Andres Christensen long-term injury. However, Christensen is nearing a return. Almost place in the squad has come under scrutiny. Now, what I will say is this, man. Even with the fact that Christensen is coming back to the injury, coming back from his injury, is not the reason why Barca are struggling. But the issue is they signed a contract, and that contract they signed would end in December 31st of December. It went December 31st. Now they are looking for a way whereby they want to increase it because I think they want to get rid of Christensen. But now the court is not allowing them to do such. But I will tell you, Dani Olmo's deal is not going to be easy because there are so many people out there looking for Dani Olmo that wants to bounce on that deal. So many. Arsenal, Man City, Man U, all eyeing him. Like it says here, Arsenal and Man City are monitoring Dani Olmo, who could leave Barcelona on the free. Only signing for Spanish Giants in the summer. Elsewhere, Ruben Amorim has completed his first deal as Manchester United manager as Paraguay teenager Diego Leon has reportedly joined the club. And Burnley goalkeeper James Trafford could join Tottenham next month in 20 million deal. Now, this is Dani Olmo's situation now on Barcelona with Arsenal and Man City. For you to know, Man United are not the only one looking for this guy. They are top club. Arsenal, Man City, not just linked. Like PSG have elbowed their way into the mid-season race for Wolves' highly converted forward Matthias Cunha. The fresh champions are preparing to spend 66 million euros on a player targeted by United and Arsenal. So it's going to be a top one, man. It's going to be a top one. It's going to be a top one. And it's going to be a good update to see. Imagine. Man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. And it says here, Bukayo Saka replacement. Arsenal have identified Kingsley Coman as a potential candidate. I think Bukayo Saka is out for the season, man. I don't know how true is that, but he might be out of the season. Eriksen would leave, probably. And who else? I'm just trying to check what I've not yet talked about. Man City have entered a competitive race to sign Lille Canadian striker Jonathan David. The 24-year-old will be a free transfer agent next summer, but could move before then if one of Barca, Chelsea, Arsenal, or Man United follow through with their long-standing interest. But you have to just wait and see how it all pans out, man. You know, and that is basically, I think that is actually all for all we're going to talk about today, man, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one where we'll get to discuss